Because I'm just like, whatever. If it turns out to be a disaster, who cares? We can just order a DoorDash, you know? Hi, everybody.
Hello again.
Welcome back to our most favorite series so far. Cook your way through the Disney parks, featuring our handy dandy cookbook, Kitchen Magic with Mickey. If you didn't catch the last episode, go watch it. I'll link it down below. We are going to pick our next courses for the next meal that we cook. We have no clue when we're going to be able to actually do it, but we figured we'd get a head start on planning and prepping. Should we just get into it?
Sure.
All right, so if you didn't catch the last episode, the way we choose is just drawing numbers out of Tupperware.
Yeah.
It's very fancy over here at the Kerwin house. All right, so the first thing we're going to pick is starters, which is either going to come from the starters section of the book or the soups and salads section of the book. So, I'm nervy. I'm nervous.
I seem to have grabbed more than one. Okay, there we go. Okay. And our next starter shall be found on page 7.
Oh. Scotch eggs.
Oh my.
Ooh, this is from Rose and Crown Pub and Dining Room. This is our first course outside of Disneyland Resort. This is found at Epcot.
Rose and Crown Pub is quietly tucked away in World Showcase's UK Pavilion, found in Epcot. This quaint pub and dining room is delightfully British. One of the biggest draws for this restaurant is the patio seating, which overlooks the waters of the World Showcase Lagoon. The scenery isn't all it has to offer, though. This location offers a hearty, delicious menu of British favorites, including shepherd's pie, fish and chips, and bangers and mash. We've never been here ourselves, but we look forward to the day we can go and try their Scotch eggs and pair it with one of their beloved pub blends.
Wow, okay. They're deep fried too.
Mm-hmm. Full disclosure, we have never deep fried anything in this house.
Wow, yeah, that's an undertaking for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What an appetizer. Okay, Scotch eggs with mustard sauce. With that intimidating appetizer out of the way, we're gonna move on to our side dish. Okay. Ooh, I got number 50. 50.
Interesting.
It's gonna be a weird side dish.
Yes, but we'll make it work. The vegetable burger with fried green tomatoes and Creole remoulade from Landscape of Flavors at Disney's Art of Animation Resort at Walt Disney World.
Wow. Disney's Art of Animation Resort is one of their most popular value resorts, with its whimsical and wondrous theming. Everywhere you look, you can find beloved animated Disney characters, and even the rooms are themed to certain characters and stories. The resort's food court is called Landscape of Flavors, and it offers delicious, quick-service meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Their 4 different food stations offer classic American-inspired fare, with hamburgers, hot dogs, french fries, salads, sandwiches, and much more. Since the Art of Animation Resort is such a popular spot for families, Landscape of Flavors is one of the best options for a family, especially if you have some picky eaters amongst your crowd, because they have options for everyone. We have very limited experience with Landscape of Flavors, but what we did have, we really enjoyed. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I mean, it is under the vegetables and grains section, so technically this isn't like a side dish section, but...
Yeah, normally eaten as a burger in a bun and everything. But obviously, we can adapt. This is interesting.
Yeah, this is turning out to be very odd.
And now it's time to pick the entree. And our next entree can be found on page 100.
This is from the Flying Fish Cafe at Disney's Boardwalk Resort at Walt Disney World Resort. The citrus and Szechuan peppercorn crusted yellowfin tuna loin with vegetables and carrot coconut curried infusion. This is going to be an interesting dinner.
Yes.
I'm a little nervous. I'll try it though. I'll try it.
Found at the Walt Disney World Boardwalk is the Flying Fish, formerly known as the Flying Fish Cafe. This exquisite signature restaurant is a popular one amongst Disney guests and offers high-end seafood dishes. The ambiance and decor is warm, welcoming, and truly defines luxury dining. The interior includes aquatic motifs, whimsical architectural accents, and lavish chandeliers. There is a beautiful open kitchen where you can watch masterful chefs create one culinary masterpiece after another. The menu is seafood-centric and focuses on seasonal and sustainable dishes. The tuna dish we will be making is not currently on their menu, but it certainly reflects the love, time, creativity, and passion put into every dish served at the Flying Fish.
Okay, last but not least, beloved dessert. I hope it's good. Number 145.
Oh.
Oh, this is perfect! The pumpkin cheesecake. Okay, not from Walt Disney World. However, it's from Cabanas from the Disney Cruise Line. Cabanas Restaurant is a popular buffet-style eatery that can be found on 4 of the 5 Disney cruise ships: the Dream, the Magic, the Wonder, and the Fantasy. Cabanas Buffet is open during mealtimes and allows cruisers to come and go as they please. The decor is colorful, vibrant, and beach-like, and passengers are able to sit wherever they choose. As with most cruises, everything from the buffet is included in your sailing ticket, so there's never any worries on how much it costs, and there's no limits to how much food you can get. For breakfast, passengers can expect standard breakfast fare like eggs, bacon, hash browns, made-to-order omelets, yogurt, and cereal. Lunch includes soups, salads, pizza, burgers, seafood, and steak, with items like cookies or cake for dessert. We're stoked to make this pumpkin cheesecake, not only because it's a seasonal item, but because it is only served on the ships on Thanksgiving Day. Pumpkin means one thing: fall is in the air. It's true. I'm wearing my Hocus Pocus shirt. We've got like the whole house decorated for fall. That'll be a great dessert to have.
Very appropriate.
Yeah. All right. So that is our very odd, interesting meal. We've got 3 courses from Walt Disney World Resort and our first Disney Cruise Line course. So that's pretty exciting. I am excited, but also, full disclosure, really nervous.
Oh yeah, me too.
Very intimidated.
Me too.
A lot of this is stuff that is like way outside our experience level. But
Yeah.
hey, that's why we're doing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
To try new things that we never would have tried before. So, we're going to get to planning and prepping, and the next time we see you in the next clip, it'll be the day of. So, see you in like 2 seconds. Well, it's cooking day. Finally, our very intimidating dishes are upon us.
Yeah, full disclosure, I am very scared.
Side note, it is raining. Pouring rain. Which is interesting because it like never rains here, so we have kind of altered a few of the recipes from the book just because it was going to be a really big undertaking. 2 of the biggest alterations we made, the veggie burger that we're going to be making today, it also had a fried green tomato on it and a remoulade sauce. We're not going to be doing those. We're just going to make the veggie burger, and we're going to be making a tuna dish. There's a lot of other things that came with the tuna dish as well, like this super complicated carrot coconut infusion. But we decided, since it's like our first time cooking tuna ever, that we're just gonna keep it simple, go with the tuna, pair it with the veggie burger, see how it turns out. Right now, I have some navy beans cooking on the stove because that's gonna go in our veggie burger. That's gonna take about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. But right now, I'm gonna get started on the Scotch eggs. Okay, so I just put in a teaspoon of minced shallot. I'm gonna do a teaspoon of minced garlic, half a cup of Dijon mustard, half a cup of mayo, and now half a cup of sour cream. And now we're gonna do a teaspoon of red wine vinegar, and then a teaspoon of lemon juice. All right, hair went up because it's hot. So I have just peeled the cooked eggs, and now the next step is, and this is very odd. It's a British dish, okay? So it's weird to me. Maybe it's not weird to you, but essentially I'm going to wrap them in this pork sausage, and then we're going to dredge them, and then we're going to fry them. So.
All right, so my lovely wife has got Scotch eggs all dredged and ready to go. So now all I got to do is take this quart of canola oil and pour it into our Dutch oven and heat it to, what was it, 325, I think? Yep, 325 degrees Fahrenheit. This started off as a brand new thing of oil, and because it is 48 fluid ounces, which is a quart and a pint, and we need a quart to fry with, I basically just poured off a pint, and I'm just going to pour the rest out of the bottle into the Dutch oven. So I don't know about you guys, but that did not look like enough oil for deep frying to me, so I'm just going to use the rest of it. I think that looks pretty good. The instructions were to fry 3 to 5 minutes or until golden brown, and that looks pretty golden brown, I gotta say. Let that drip a bit. I'm gonna put them on this foil covered sheet pan, and then it's gonna go into a 350 degree Fahrenheit oven for an additional 10 to 12 minutes. And that, boys and girls, is why you take the oven thermometer out of the oven first. So you may have noticed that when the thermometer was in the fry oil, it was at an angle because I couldn't attach this clip to the side of the Dutch oven. It was just too high up for that. But what I didn't know is that this is adjustable. Could have had it standing straight up in the fry oil the whole time. The whole time? But you know, this is our first time ever deep frying in this kitchen, so what are you gonna do? Timer went off and they came out of the oven. As you can see, I've already plated them and got some of the mustard sauce on the plates. Let's do it. Mmm,
Wow! That looks like the picture.
nice.
And the pork's cooked, right?
Mm-hmm. Fully cooked. Not too thick of a layer, not too thin of a layer either.
I'm gonna try it plain first.
Yeah, me too. First time ever eating a Scotch egg for both of us.
Mm-hmm. The bite's huge. Mmm.
Nothing to be mad at there.
Mmm. Wow.
Now, we're not entirely sure if it's, customary to eat this with, fork and knife or with our hands, but who cares? Oh, that mustard sauce cuts right through the fattiness of this big, heavy fried thing. So that mustard sauce is really sharp, like really sharp.
We actually halved the recipe. We cut it in half.
Yeah.
Because the serving size was 8. No. I honestly am not sure how I'm going to finish 2.
Knowing now how fussy these are and how tasty they are, would you want to make these again?
If I didn't have anything else planned to cook, then yeah. And I would definitely do less because I'm not going to eat my second one.
I think if we were to do this, if we were to have Scotch eggs as like the star of the meal, we probably would pair it with like a salad or something like that. I gotta say, I think the mustard sauce should be a requirement. It helps a lot with, again, cutting through the fattiness, but also just, it's so good.
Okay, so now we're going to start the vegetarian burgers. This is the navy beans that I cooked earlier. They have since been drained and cooled. I reserved about 2/3 cup, and I'm gonna blend this. I also chopped up half a cup of onion. Got some soybeans and some carrots here. These are gonna go in the burgers as well. So I'm gonna get started on blending the beans. I put in 1/6 of a cup of cornmeal, and now I'm just going to pulse it until it's combined. Okay, so the onion and the reserved navy beans are going in. We're going to do 1/8 of a cup of frozen corn, 2/3 cup of shredded potato, the carrots and the soybeans. I'm going to do half a tablespoon of dried parsley. And then I'm going to do some salt and pepper. Okay, I'm now forming the mixture into patties.
After putting in an egg white, right?
Yeah, which is why it's a little bit more sticky than it was before. It's not the first time we've made a veggie burger on our channel. Hopefully it's good.
All right, now it is time to make the spice rub, essentially, for the tuna. And it starts with 2 tablespoons of Szechuan peppercorns. And we grind. Next, we add a teaspoon of turbinado sugar. Good enough. And now we shall add the zest of 1 orange, the zest of 1 lemon, and the zest of 1 lime. Now do half a teaspoon of coarse salt. Well, I coated the fish in some oil, and now I'm just getting that crust on there, which is just not adhering, and I'm really worried about that. Here goes nothing.
Okay, I'm now gonna cook the veggie burgers. Got some hot oil, and then I've dusted them with a light dusting of cornstarch. Okay, yeah, that was definitely an undertaking. It's very hot in here now.
Yes, it is.
I'm a little bit nervous because I'm not a seafood person at all. So here's the thing. Apparently, Szechuan peppercorns numb your tongue.
Not apparently. They do.
Yeah, as we can both tell you because we tried the rub. So I'm a little confused about that because I just feel like if something makes your tongue go numb, you probably shouldn't eat it.
Very citrusy, obviously.
Am I gonna hate it?
I don't know.
Did it make your tongue go numb?
Not currently.
No. Well, that's not my favorite. But you're right. Very citrusy.
Yeah.
I actually don't get a lot of fish flavor at all. I just don't think I like the rub.
I hear that. Yeah. I mean, it's fine.
Here's the thing. We can't use this to judge the entire dish
Right.
that was in the book because that dish is like a whole other level of stuff. It has so many different elements that we did not include. Okay, so tuna, not terrible, but definitely not my favorite.
Yeah, as some of you may know, I am a big seafood person, and I think the tuna itself is pretty good. I've never cooked tuna steaks before, so go me, I guess. But yeah, I am not a fan of that spice rub, that spice crust.
Really odd.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try the veggie burger now. I put just ketchup and mustard on. Did you?
Same.
Yeah, okay. Also, the buns are much smaller than the patties. Great flavor. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's definitely a veggie burger. But it has great flavor. Wow. Okay, I like that. That's really good. Hello, welcome back. It's a different day. Anyway, we're gonna make the cheesecake. So in here, I have 5 tablespoons of melted butter. And now I need to make some graham cracker crumbs. And I do that by beating them. This is 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs, 1/3 cup of sugar. Okay, now I am just mixing the sugar and the graham cracker with the butter until it's all fully incorporated. So now I am going to press down, make sure it is all flattened. And this is going to go in a 350-degree oven for just 8 minutes. Now I'm going to get started on the pumpkin praline base. We're going to start with a cup of pumpkin puree. Wow. Next we need 3 tablespoons of praline paste. I'd never even heard of that, neither had Josh. So what we did was we looked up, we couldn't find praline paste anywhere, but I looked it up, and apparently a good substitute for praline paste is hazelnut butter mixed with maple syrup. Okay, and now I'm going to pour this mixture right on top. Oh, that smells really good. Oh, that just looks like a pumpkin pie. So now we're gonna pour the rest of the cheesecake batter right on top. Well, we're thinking that maybe the pumpkin layer should have cooled a little bit, but it doesn't say anything about that in the recipe, so it is what it is. Maybe that's not what we're supposed to have.
So sometimes things don't work out the way you expect them to. Case in point. A few minutes ago, we start noticing a burning smell. I open the oven door and find that it overbaked over the side to the oven floor. And it was specifically burning on that heating element, so that's where that smoke was coming from.
So we're still gonna let it cool for a couple of hours and try it. I'm sure the flavor is still good.
Yeah.
The cheesecake itself didn't burn, it just spilled over the sides. I think that recipe in the book, unfortunately, might have just been written kind of poorly.
Yeah.
I mean, first off, there was the whole, like, not saying that the pumpkin layer needed to cool.
Mm-hmm. And it more than likely needed to cool. Because that seemed like it was like the, quote-unquote pumpkin pie layer.
Yeah.
And
like, why would I need to bake it separately if it was just going to be mixed together?
Yeah.
But anyway, so there was that. And then also, I've made, like, I think one cheesecake before. I don't think you've made cheesecake before.
No, I have not.
But anytime I've seen cheesecake being made, there's always, like, a water bath involved. I mean, maybe not always, but there's usually some type of water bath. And all it said was to bake it.
Yeah.
For an hour and a half. And I used the size pan that it said to use, so I don't know. It's kind of odd. Hopefully it tastes good, but we just want to.
I'm sure it will.
We just wanted to let you guys know. Unfortunately, not everything turns out perfectly according to plan.
That's life.
Oh, I hope this just goes well. In the arms of the angel.
Well,
We'll see. Oh. That's pretty good. Ooh, I like the cinnamon. Okay, so managed to taste good. That's good at least.
I ain't even mad.
That was really good.
Yeah,
The flavors.
flavors.
saved it.
Flavors great.
You know, when we got to the pumpkin layer, we quickly realized that it's pretty much like a layer of like pumpkin pie,
Yeah, basically.
which really just drives home the point that the recipe should have said to like let that layer set and cool. Because that's what you have to do with pumpkin pie. I'm a little bit disappointed in just like how many things were left out of the recipe.
Yeah.
But overall, it was a great flavor. If you didn't catch beforehand, all of the other cooking that we did in the video was yesterday. This cheesecake was made today. This cheesecake in particular was a lot of work and would have been even more work and more time if it had been done like correctly, which is a great segue into my next point. This is obviously a huge undertaking for this series when we choose 4 courses. Our first episode, while it was a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of money, I think we got lucky in what we selected because the courses were fairly simple and didn't require a ton of like cooking experience. Whereas just by the literal luck of the draw for this episode, everything was not only complicated, but took a long time.
Yeah.
We have decided that we're gonna alter these just a little bit because we have a lot of fun doing it, but with how much it is and how much work it is, we can't do it as often as we would like. So the way we've decided to alter it is instead of doing 4 courses, we're just gonna choose 1 recipe. So we're gonna pool all of the numbers and pick 1, and then hopefully that way we can get a video maybe every week. We'll see, but it's going to be cheaper, quicker. We can also take our time on each dish.
And therefore, it'll be more fun.
I mean, because you guys saw with the tuna dish, we really didn't like the tuna dish all that much. But we also didn't give it a full chance because we didn't make it how it was supposed to be made. There were a lot of other elements that we had to forego just because of time and money and work involved, because we had 3 other courses to work on. So I think with this, we'll be able to like really focus on the 1 course and make it as good as we possibly can. So we're going to go ahead and call it a night. We're tired and we're full of cheesecake.
Yeah.
We hope that you enjoyed this adventure and that you join us on the next one.
So until then, live long and prosper.
Tomorrow's a new adventure.
Mwah.